Hey everybody, it's about, let me check time here, if I can, little LG phone. It's about 8:31, yeah, about 8:31, right there. So, on this Saturday morning, and I want to talk a little wrestling, if you will, a little WWE and TNA. Now, the big news coming out of TNA is the fact that they're going to be taking Impact Wrestling, Impact the show actually, and Impact Wrestling the show, the TV show, on the road permanently starting in March. Actually, it should be more like they've already started it with the UK tour, but I understand what they're saying. State-wise, it's going to be on a permanent basis. And to me, I have to say this is something that's a long time coming. It truly is. It truly is a long time coming. And let me explain why I feel it's that. You see, for years, ever since TNA sort of started to get a lot more traction, if you know what I mean, people have always said that the best way for TNA to expand its fan base, expand its surroundings, is to go on the road. And it's no wonder why they've had semi-success at times when they've gone on the road with their Impact tapings. I mean, when you think about it, they're realizing that they have to have, they're realizing by doing these shows that they have to have legitimate wrestling fans and not just tourists and park visitors in the audience. Hold on for a second. Again, I think they're realizing they need to have real wrestling fans instead of just, park visitors and all that. I mean, literally, here's the thing. A wrestling fan will go to Orlando, will go to Universal, guaranteed, just pays for, I don't know how much a day pass is there, probably goes on a few rides or so, and then mainly gets in line to get into Impact, and that's it. Well, the occasional park visitor just goes and says, hey, let's go enjoy this wrestling show, see what it's about, see what people are talking about, and they go and see it. So it is convenient that they could do all that. But to me, Brad of the Brad Rules kind of says it best at times, and I think even the British Fists have mentioned this. I think Jeff Sheagle, the Schleg Daddy, has mentioned this. That it seems that the crowd noise in the Impact Zone, whether it's live or taped, seems to be pumped in at times. Pumped in by the backstage audio. And that's because some of them don't really know much about. That's because they feel some of these fans don't even know really much about wrestling and what's really going on. They're just in there to be entertained. It's like, to the park visitors that are not the average wrestling fan, it's just like another park attraction. So, to me, I think it's great that TNA is going to try to get away from that now this year and go on the road and try to establish the fan base even bigger than it was before. Because when you think about it, that's the most important thing, is the fans. And I believe Dixie Carter and TNA, the people in charge of TNA, they're realizing, yeah, it's great to be in Orlando, it saves us money and everything, but we really need to expand our audience. And they're realizing that, last year, and I think even the year before, when they started taking Impact on the road, if you will, that actually a few years before, when they started taking Impact on the road, they were testing the waters, and throughout the next few years up till now, when they started taking it on the road every now and then, they've realized that even along with the major pay-per-views, like say Lockdown and Slammiversary and Bound for Glory, they're realizing that they're getting a bigger and better response outside of the Impact Zone than they would inside. They're realizing they're getting better responses. They're getting actual fans coming in and appreciating what these athletes are doing, and in a sense, they don't need to, as everybody else would say, pump in the noise for somebody that's performing, that's in the ring. So those are some of the positives, in my honest opinion. Major league positives. Now I know some people will still kind of be doubtful about it, and some people will be like, well, we'll see, we'll believe it when we see it, we'll see how long it lasts. I know a lot of people are thinking that right now. There's a lot of people that still question whether or not the TNA is going to keep Impact on the road for most of 2013 or on this permanent basis, as they said. Well, with the way it looks like to me, if the UK is any example, of what they got planned, if you know what I mean, then obviously they're going to be taping, according to what I read online, 2 shows. They'll be doing a live show and the following week show in the same building. So that way they'll give the talent a week off, if you will, and then they'll probably go do another live show and tape another one about 2 weeks later, from what I understand. So that's pretty good, if that's what they're going to do. If they decide just to do week after week, then that's okay too, but I think it's going to be like every 2 weeks they're going to do a live show and a tape, which definitely is going to help them out. It's definitely going to expand the audience, and it's definitely going to, in my opinion, believe it or not, save cost on always doing it live. Because they're going to have a reason now I'm trying to think. Basically, by doing a live show and a taping, it basically gives them an opportunity to, like I said, give the talent maybe a week off, and then do another live show and taping the following week. So it's going to work out in the end. I feel it will. And it will save them some cost, if you will, because it is expensive to take something like Impact on the road, and try to do it live every week. So I think this is going to benefit TNA in the long run. I truly do. And it's going to broaden the audience, and it's going to expand the audience, and I really, really wish them all the best in this new endeavor that they're going, this new chapter in TNA. Because like I said, they've tested the waters. I think the first major test was Las Vegas at the Hard Rock Cafe, which was, I think, one of Christian's last TNA appearances as part of the roster. So, obviously, every time they've taken Impact on the road, it's passed the test. So let's see what they can do on a full-time basis, or sort of a semi-full-time basis, with a live show and a taping in one sitting, if you know what I mean. And honestly, I can't think of any better. I can't think of any other better city to start out than in Chicago, which is obviously one of the top wrestling cities in the world. So, and I'm honestly hoping they come down to the Stanislaus County area and probably do Modesto for an Impact taping. I really do. But we'll just have to wait and see. Now, as far as the WWE goes, There's a lot going on in your wrestling entertainment, believe it or not. There truly is. There truly is a lot going on in the WWE as far as WrestleMania is concerned. Now, we all know that the next pay-per-view offering from World Wrestling Entertainment is Elimination Chamber in a few weeks. And right now it seems that we're only going to get one chamber match. Now, some people are okay with this because pretty much a lot of people are like, well, you know, you kind of overdo it sometimes if you have more than one chamber match. That is true. And you got to realize sometimes that even sometimes during the first chamber match, you might have some damage occur, whether it's scripted or not. So, yeah, I do agree. Maybe having one chamber match would be great. Hey, but then again, you gotta have something that's really going to be the central focus of that pay-per-view, and the Elimination Chamber match, and having two of them usually is that central point. Now, a lot of people are speculating whether or not they're going to probably do an extra Elimination Chamber match where it's a 6-man tag inside the chamber. Sort of like War Games, if you will, maybe, I don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see what comes of that. But it sounds like that might be a possibility. And of course you got the SmackDown side of things, the World Heavyweight Championship side of things, where the winner will face the champion at WrestleMania in some capacity or such. Now, again, we don't know who. Right now, the plans for Mania, of course, are for Ziggler to challenge Del Rio for the championship. Challenge Del Rio for the championship. Now, we don't know how that's going to come about if you got this chamber match to determine the number one contender and a challenger for Mania. Don't know how that's going to come about. But speaking of Mania, another thing that's being discussed, if you will, is The Undertaker. It's still up in the air whether or not, I guess, if he's going to perform at Mania. And people are saying that if he does, he wants the finish of his match to go one way. You see, that's what's keeping Taker from finalizing the opportunity to that's what's keeping Taker from finalizing his Mania match. Basically, from agreeing to do it because he wants CM Punk, who obviously is the potential opponent, to end the streak, where the creative team doesn't want it to end. So that's what's keeping Taker from possibly doing this year's Mania, is the finish, from what people have said. So that's really all I can say about that. And apparently we look like we could be doing Rock Cena 2, but it's just up in the air right now. And there's a possibility we could have a Money in the Bank match as well at Mania. Possibly, I'm guessing, with the winner choosing, just like the Rumble winner, what championship they want to cash in on. So that's all I'm going to say for some TNA and WWE news. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I got to go into Walmart right now, take care of some last minute Super Bowl items, and I'll talk to you later.